Hello again, and welcome back to the Latex Modified Concrete Working Group's weekly briefing on high-performance latex modified concrete. Thanks for joining us. I'm Pat Martins with Bridge Preservation and Inspection Services reporting for the working group. Today we're going to continue on with our discussion about the installation of HPLMC by getting into more details on the pre-cleaning aspect prior to the pour. In particular, the importance of pre-wetting ahead of HPLMC installations. We want to look at just how much watering is needed to get the deck to the right condition prior to the overlay pour. It seems like a little detail, but I think this is one area of installation that many contractors and inspectors miss or don't grasp the importance of. Why is this important? Failure to apply an adequate amount of water to the deck can cause it to suck moisture out of the HPLMC that is being placed. This can cause moisture intended for consumption in the hydration process to be drawn away from the mix and down into the deck substrate. That can lead to shrinkage cracking. When applying an HPLMC over an existing concrete deck, that surface substrate should be watered prior to the application to a point that is referred to as a saturated surface dry condition. That means the water has infiltrated or soaked into the deck and filled up all the pores and inner particles of the deck until it can accept no more. You'll be able to tell the condition has been reached when the deck surface does not tend to dry out shortly after watering. It will maintain that moist sheen to it, and you won't see the bleached out splotches across the surface. When the deck reaches the SSD point, it should then be covered completely with a layer of good quality polyethylene sheeting, free of holes and tightly secured around the perimeter and at seams where separate pieces of plastic are overlapped. The deck needs to stay covered until the time of pour. This will keep the moisture locked in and prevent it from drying back out. Unfortunately, this detail is often an afterthought by the contractor right before pouring. The deck should be thoroughly watered for an absolute minimum of 1 hour, and that's in optimum weather or site conditions. However, based on temperature and site conditions, the time needed for watering often exceeds that. It may very well require 3 or 4 hours or more of continuous wetting in the hot summer months. The other thing that watering can do is to help drive the deck temperature down, which is also helpful during the pour in the summertime. Having watered the deck thoroughly, another common failure on the part of the installer is to properly cover the deck adequately to lock that moisture in. The plastic helps to keep the deck clean in addition to locking in the moisture. Field observations often reveal that not nearly enough time is spent watering and conditioning the deck. As mentioned last week, another common installation mistake is leaving too much water on the deck. This is more evident in areas of depressions where water has a tendency to pond. That extra water can be extracted during the pre-wetting period by using compressed air to blow it out of the depression or using a shop vac. Any ponded areas of water left during the pour can compromise the concrete quality at the interface, meaning a higher water cement ratio and a lower concrete strength where you want it most, at that bond line. The layer of water between the pour and bonding point also can act as a bond breaker and prevent a good strong bond. This is an area the contractor also needs to monitor during the pour and take measures to remove any excess water buildup with the use of a shop vac to suck up the puddles and minimize the free water on the deck. And that will wrap up this week's topic. Join us again next week as we are going to look at grouting ahead of HPLMC installations. When and where do we need to do it? If you're checking us out on YouTube, I'd invite you to subscribe if you have not already, or you can find us out on the Latex Modified Concrete Working Group Facebook page at Latex Modified Concrete WG. You can also find us on the newly established Latex Modified Concrete Working Group LinkedIn page too. If you have a question for a working group regarding latex modified concrete, feel free to drop us a line at lmcwg@bridgepreservation.net. We look forward to hearing from you, and we will get back to you with an answer to your question. Hey, let's continue to extend the life of our bridge decks by protecting them with HPLMC overlays. See you next time.